So today we're going to take a look at a 12-volt cooler made by JoyTuTus. This particular model is a 50-liter or 52-quart 12-volt cooler. It's already out of the box, so let's open it up and see what we have inside. When you first open the package and we open the cooler, inside you will find your manual and also a box containing all the adapters that you're going to need to run this unit. So let's open everything up, take a look at what we have. So the first thing we're going to find is the manual. Easy to read, it does explain how to operate the system, so that's going to be very useful. Also is the box that contains the handles for the sides. So you'll have to do a little bit of assembly. There are instructions that are within the package. Also within the box is the 12-volt adapter that you can plug into your cigarette lighter, into your truck or car or boat, and plug this unit in. And you also get the adapter for 110, so it'll go from 110 to 12 volt. And that is what is contained into this package. So the first thing that I noticed when I took it out of the box is the design. The overall design is very smooth, nice rounded corners, no sharp edges, nothing that you can rub your hands on and scratch yourself or cut yourself or get snagged on anything in your vehicle. Your condenser unit is in here, so this is where the exhaust is. It'll produce a little bit of heat, but not much. On the inside, what we have is a nice little support for our lid, so you don't open it too far. I notice on the inside, we'll test it out when we hook everything up, it appears to be a little light and on and off switch, so that comes in handy. There are two compartments. Anything you want to keep separate and dry on this side. For this side, you have a nice container that you can also pop out. It's got a divider in here, so if we pull this out, that would store your fruits and vegetables and keep them separate. Or if you would like, you have an area for wine, if you would like some wine, or just to fill the whole thing full of your favorite beverage. So on the inside we have a raised lip area around the edge here that corresponds to the lid, which also has a nice gasket going around the whole perimeter, and that will give it a nice solid seal. We do have a nice chain to support the lid so that it doesn't overextend. And it also comes with a nice little chart that will let you know what is the best operable temperature for the types of food or drinks that you place inside. So for testing purposes, we're going to go ahead and connect to 110. We have our power adapter here. We have the cord that will attach to the cooler, and we also have the cord that will attach to the 110. Overall length from end to end is about 7 feet, so that's a pretty good stretch. And that's just the 12-volt adapter. So let's go ahead and take a look at what we have here, and we'll get everything connected up. So the unit comes with an onboard 15 amp fuse, so you know, if there's a failure of any kind, that will go first. You always check this for troubleshooting if you have no power. This is our adapter for our plug, and it'll accept 12 or 24 volt, and then we have 3 settings: high, medium, and low. It's recommended that if you have it plugged into your car, use the high and medium setting, and when you're using an outside battery, say with a solar power, then you want to use the low consumption power. This unit comes equipped with a detection warning, so if your car is turned off and you leave the refrigerator running, once it detects the low voltage in a battery, if this drains, then it will automatically shut off. That's a good feature to have because you don't want to come out to your car after a a day at the game or soccer or baseball, and only to find that your car won't start. When we plug it in for the first time, we have max and eco mode. We have a little flashing light, and to turn the unit on, we have a little touch button here that will simply touch and hold for 3 seconds, and the power comes on. And right now it's set at Celsius, so inside the cooler it's 22 degrees Celsius. To cycle between the two, you simply put both your fingers on the plus and minus to cycle between Fahrenheit and Celsius. Now we're at 72 degrees. So to set our temperature, we have a plus and minus, and if we go down, this thing will cycle. If you hold the button, it'll increments every 3 degrees, so -4. What we're going to do is we're going to set this at 0 degrees. I do have a thermometer inside. We're going to take a look at that, and we will time and see how long it takes for this unit to go from 72 degrees Fahrenheit to 0 degrees. So on the inside of our cooler is our thermometer, and we are setting at about 22 degrees Celsius and about 72 degrees Fahrenheit. So we'll take a look and see what temperature or how long it takes to get down to that 0 degrees in this cooler. Also, notice that little light comes on, so when the lid closes, light goes off. It's a pretty handy feature. I like that one too. Alright, so I have my timer set for 1 hour. We'll turn the unit on, set it to 0 degrees, start the timer, and after 1 hour we'll come back, we'll take a look at our temperature and see if we are at 0 degrees. Now we just wait. What we want to do now is open up our cooler and take a look at our thermometer and see if it matches what our reading is here. Before we do that, I thought I'd let you take a listen if you can hear it. This is a very quiet running unit. Our thermometer is reading right about 0 degrees. So we've turned the cooler to its lowest setting, which is a -4. We have our thermometer setting inside, so let's take a look and see if that reading is accurate. It's pretty cold. What do we have here? Not sure if you can see that, but that's cold. So it is nice and cold, and about time to stock that up with our favorite beverage before we go on our little road trip. to be one of my most enjoyable places to kind of visit, hang out for a day and just kind of think things through. And it's a little more comfortable when you bring along some cold beverages. You know what I mean? So let's recap on the JoyTuTus 12-volt cooler. Out of the box, we have a nice sturdy unit, well built, nice looking design. Colors are great. I like the sturdy construction. The controls are very easy to use, pretty intuitive. You have on off, you have a max mode, econo mode, and you have a temperature control, and you can toggle between Celsius and Fahrenheit. On your settings, whether you have low, medium, and high, on your low setting you're drawing about 1 amp, which is great if you're running off of solar power from your RV or your boat or your, wherever you're at. And on your high setting you're drawing about 6 amps, so when you're plugged in, very little usage on the power. On the inside, of course, we had the basket with the divider. On one side you have about a little over 10 quarts of space. On the other side you have about 42 quarts of space, and easily divide your food. And it'll hold more food than a single guy will definitely eat in a week. So this will hold a lot of beverage if that's your choice. And if you like to travel off-road, you got a 4-wheel beast. This unit sitting in your rig, cruising off-road, will handle slopes up to 30 degrees before powering off, and that's quite a hill you'd be climbing at 30 degrees. So it's very rugged and able to handle that terrain real easy. This is a very quiet and efficient running unit. Whether you're taking long trips or short trips, this will keep your food or your drinks or your ice cream super cold. -4 degrees, that's cold. You can put some ice cream bars in there, go to your kids' games, and after the game celebrate with some nice ice cream sandwiches. That's what I wish I would have stocked it with, because that sounds pretty good about right now. So in my opinion, I think this is a great unit for your car or your RV on long or short trips, and I'm kind of impressed with it. I've never used one of these before. This is the first time I've ever seen one of these units, and so it's very easy to use, and it works just as it says it does. Now there'll be links down below in the description under the video of 3 different sizes of coolers that JoyTuTus offer. They offer a 26 liter, a 42 liter, and this 50 liter cooler. And for a limited time offer, there'll be a discount if you click on any one of these links, and it'll take you to Amazon and you can purchase one of these coolers. So I'm impressed with these coolers. I think you will also be impressed, and for the price point, it's going to beat any of the high-end markets out there, and probably last just as well, and perform just as good. So with that, thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up, and do a little shopping, do a little research. Check these out, and I think you're going to be impressed.